I killed Nathan Hale. I had no choice. He was becoming one of them. He could have stopped me, but I think he wanted to die. At least that's what I keep telling myself.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to the 9th chapter in my Resistance 3 Superhuman difficulty video walkthrough. And this one is entitled Plan B, because everything hit the fan before and, proverbial is kicking off. So here we go. And at the start of this, you're going to be defending Elvis, who's carrying the power core. He does have a life bar, and he does die extremely fast. And what's going to happen is, he pushes in front of you, even though he tells you to lead the way. So you need to play a little bit more aggressively than you have to, and unfortunately that puts you in risk. Because in here is where he's going to sit and where he's going to get attacked, and you need to be in here to defend him. And what will happen is, there's a ton of the electricity robots, and a ton of the long legs, and it isn't easy. The one luxury you have is a lot of them will prioritise Elvis over you, so you can actually use him as a bit of a scapegoat and get yourself out of situations you wouldn't normally be in. And you will notice me panicking during numerous sections of this area, because I keep thinking he's going to die, and he does die really quick. So it's one of those things where you're like, I've got to kill him, I've got to stop him from hitting him. It's like, ah, type moment. And some of my shooting is not brilliant, because like I say, I was panicking. I was hoping that he wasn't going to go down, and I was doing whatever I could, and I kind of flapping like a duck. But luckily enough, I did manage to keep some of my composure and clear out a lot of them. It's just, you will take a lot of unnecessary damage here, because you can't play as elegantly as you want to, and there's a lot of long tails to take out, and they're going to be sniping you, so it's going to turn into kind of a sniping match. And unfortunately, unless you get their headshot, or I don't think you can hit these guys in the rebreathers, because I don't know where they are, or the cooling tanks, they will hurt you a lot, and you need to get in there, shoot and get out as quick as possible. And as you just saw, I wasn't fast enough then, so that's an indication of how quick you have to be. If anything gets close, make sure you turn to your Rossmore and take them out. But the sniper rifle and the marksman are going to be your best friend here, because they're going to enable you to level them up a little bit more, and just take people out from a distance and utilise these scopes that we now have. So you're going to see me staying back as best I can and sniping dudes and showing as little of a target of myself as possible, and prioritising on how much I can see. So it is a bit of a quiet section. It's going to take a little bit of gun skill, a little bit of awareness of knowing when you're out of cover and when you're not in cover, but it's nothing too challenging, and as long as you take your time, you will have success this way. So this frees me up for a couple minutes to talk, and that's what I'm going to do, because I started talking about Super 8 in the last video, and I was giving you a little bit of a plot synopsis, so I'm going to do a brief one now and continue it onwards. So it's basically a group of kids that are filming a little project for school for the summer, for a film competition, and they end up witnessing a train crash. And then the military moves into this village and completely cordons it off, type thing, and there's a massive media blackout towards the local police, so nobody knows what's going on. And then there's a streak of strange things happening throughout the village. There's people going missing, there's vandalism happening, there's theft happening of electronic equipment and all sorts of madness. And it kind of goes off on one, and it's a really interesting film, and I'm not going to try and spoil it too much, because there might be people that want to watch it. So the main premise is, there is something not right that has been released from this train accident, and the military want to capture it. But it's a lot more intelligent than they're giving it credit for, and there's a lot of different themes running through the film at the same time. There's the whole, the government conspiracy thing happening. There's the whole what would we do if we did find, extraterrestrial life, and how would we treat them if they did arrive, type of thing. And there's a lot of different morals and ideals that are played around in the story, but one of the things I liked the most was it sets a very somber tone for the kind of film it is, because there is a lot of joking in it, there is a lot of jovialness, but at the heart of it, it is a bit of a suspense and a slightly scary, if not, PG orientated mystery thriller type film. And this is a little bit difficult, this section, because there's a lot of the long legs, so you want to use your auger to kill them through the walls, and utilise your marksman to kill them quickly, and just be aware of your cover, be aware of your surroundings. They will kill you very quickly if you let them, but if you cheese them, they're very easy. And another one of the themes as well that's running through the film is as I said, this somberness, this sadness, because the film starts with an accident at a factory, and the main character, who is this kid in it, it's his mother that died in the accident, so the entire town is kind of racked with this guilt that regards this subject that none of them speak about because the wound is still fresh. And it's a theme that's carried through the entire story, and even towards the end, as this kid has this massive, you know, it's almost like an absolution, it's a catharsis through these events that happen, and it enables him to face his grief and to get over the death of his mother. And it's a really nice thing that they've included into it that gives the story a little bit of an extra dimension, and it gives it a little bit more soul. And I did like that. And on top of it, it is an interesting mystery, it's an interesting story, it's got some decent enough performances, and it's completely different to what I thought it was going to be. I actually believed that this is the preconceived notion I went into the film with, is that the kids had superpowers. For some reason, the title Super 8 made me think superhero, and I read somewhere that I might have been paraphrasing from it, and I didn't read it correctly, but for whatever reason, I did believe that the kids after this train accident had got special powers, and that this alien/monster had turned up, and the only people that could stop it were these special kids, kind of like, you know, Dreamcatcher or whatever that Stephen King film was, or the novel inspired the film type thing. And it's nothing like that, so if that's just put you off my preconceived notion, don't worry, it's nothing like that. The film itself is completely different, and it's quite interesting. It's not the best film I've ever seen, but I sat and watched it, and I enjoyed it, and it had some really nice music as well, so there's a lot to be appreciated there. But this is a pretty hectic moment here, and luckily enough they've all come for me, and suddenly as I go into cover they start attacking Charlie, or Elvis as I call him. So make sure you get out and you play a little bit more aggressively, you know, throw caution to the wind to make sure nobody kills him, because if he dies you fail, and there's nothing worse than dying with something that's out of your hand. One thing that would have been nice is if Charlie's health regenerated, but I don't think it does, so you've just got to be as quick as you can to eliminate the enemies. Luckily enough, this is the end of the first section to Plan B, and the second section of it is a boss fight. There is going to be a cutscene between here and now, and I'm probably going to cut off the commentary before it, because there's nothing I really have to say as far as the cutscene goes. This section here, there's going to be a couple more of the long legs, so the best thing to do is either use the marksman head on, or to hit them with the auger when they don't expect it. One cool characteristic of the auger is when it fires through a surface, it actually increases in damage. So if you shoot at something and there's no cover, it will be weaker than if you put it through cover, because it's almost as if it increases in velocity or something. It's a really cool weapon, and I just got the triple shot there from the second upgrade, which is something that's really useful. It makes getting collaterals with it a lot easier, and it also makes killing them a lot faster, because even if they run away you generally hit them with 1 or 2 shots. So it's just a terrific weapon, and it's one of the coolest guns on the game, and it's been in every resistance. It's fantastic. It's like a Farsight that's nowhere near as fussy. It's just brilliant. But this is the end of the first part of Chapter 9, so you're going to be seeing a boss fight in the next one, a nice and quick video. Before I sign out here, I still haven't received any comments or messages about what I'm supposed to do with this Dead Island game, because it's the most unbalanced fucking thing I've ever played, and I'm not too sure how I could make a guide for it, because there's no difficulty. It's just bullshit. And, I don't know. I'm tempted to do a live one and just play it on my own, but it's, you know, potential's still out there if anybody wants to make a decision for me or something they'd like to see, but I'm just undecided right now. So, as always people, I hope the guide's helping. Thanks for watching, and you take care now.